The lure of the mountains are real. It had been a while since we were last there, so it was time to head back to seek new adventures and challenges. It was in those rugged peaks, called the Adirondacks, where we definitely got our fill, and then some. Hey guys, I just got to Oshawa, and I'm just waiting for my partner Ben, and then we're going to head over to New York. Tonight we're heading down to Newcomb, and we're going to be staying at a place called the Owl's Nest. We've got a lodging where all four of us can stay. We'll be there for the next 2 days, where we'll pretty much have a base camp. First plan for Saturday will be Santanoni, Kucharanga, and Panther. It's a tongue twister of a name. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, so I might have butchered it. But yeah, so it's going to be a long day tomorrow, but hopefully we're successful and we're able to bag those 3 peaks. And then from there on, we've got some other ones in plan. So other than that, I don't want to yammer too much, other than I'm excited to get back to the mountains. And look, there is Ben. I can see the forerunner. All right, better load up the vehicle. That wasn't boring. The drive was long, but between listening to podcasts and doing some work, we eventually arrived at Owl's Nest.
Maybe it's a breaker.
Okay, we are just arrived in Newcomb at the Owl's Nest. This is the little house that we're staying at. It's a cozy little place. There is a bunk bed here where Ben and I are going to crash. Nice little bathroom, all the amenities. It's probably hard to see because the lights, it's pretty dark in here, but here's the other room. And then it has a little kitchenette over here. There we go. So yeah, it's a perfect spot for the next 2 days because we don't have to pack and then, go to another spot. The price is reasonable, and like I said, it's just got more space than a hotel. So Joy and Grant are still on the road. They've got probably another, I think it was about another couple hours to before they get here. So they've still got a little bit of a driving to do, but we're gonna get comfortable, and we're probably gonna have a drink and yeah, settle down. Before arriving at Owl's Nest, we stopped at Raquette River Brewing Company and picked up some of their India Pale Ale. All right, so cheers.
It's a hard day tomorrow.
Cheers to
Making it here?
making it here safely. Ben was trying to look for a place to eat, but there wasn't much. You have to pay through the roof to get something, so he settled on beer
And
as a calorie of choice. Beer and carrots. Okay, it's time for bed. It's probably, what is it, 11:30 or 11 o'clock?
Almost midnight.
Is it? Whoa.
Yeah.
We just kind of did a preliminary pack and got settled in. I am at the top of a bunk. As you can see, look down there. See Benny boy. And yeah, so we're gonna settle down and go to bed now.
Minus 30 sleeping bags.
This little house is nice, but their furnace isn't working. So they've got all these little heaters scattered throughout the house, and it's okay. But we got these blankets with these beds, but we're in our sleeping bags. Ben and I have got the identical North Face minus 29 bags with 800 fill, so these are going to be plenty warm tonight, and we'll be fine.
Might get my down booties on.
Oh man, wuss. All right, so good night, and we will see you in the morning.
Can you sunny today?
Given the conditions, I would assume no.
Right, buddy, let's go. What's up? What's going on?
6 o'clock, you're just gonna have to go without.
What's wrong?
Everything.
Did it go?
Everything is
He keeps
wrong.
losing stuff.
Everything is wrong.
The man that it's all about lines, so people don't lose things, and he's like, woo! Oh! You gonna shut it off?
That in my face.
So give that to David. He'll want it.
Good morning. It is probably about 6:15 or maybe 6:30.
6:50.
6:50?
Yeah.
Wow, it's late. So we were just at the trailhead to the Santanoni Range, and we're just putting on our snowshoes. There's going to be a lot more snow, of course, with the conditions that's already here and what's coming. There's going to be a lot of snow coming this evening, so hopefully we're on our way back, but we're going to be prepared. We got our crampons and our snowshoes, but the weather's not too bad. It's like -7, so it's not super cold, and there's already like half a dozen vehicles here, so it looks like other people are already ahead of us and working the trail, which is great because it will compact the trail even more. Okay, so we might as well get started and stop diddly daddling. All right, wish us luck. As we began the long hike towards the three summits, I could see the start of the sunrise behind the trees. 10-15 minutes in and we're stripping. It's only like -7, but you heat up fairly quickly, so we're all derobing, showing some skin.
You do not want to see this skin.
Oh, you even took a shell off.
I'm not wearing the shell. The shell's gonna hold on way too much moisture.
Okay, good idea.
Yeah. Because we had a lot of distance to cover, we set a good pace when the trail was ideal. So the good thing is the trail's been nicely broken for us. There was a bunch of people that headed out before us and just further compacted the trail. But literally days, like a day or two before we came here, we got a report that someone had finished breaking the trail all the way to Kucharanga Peak. That was the only one that hadn't been broken, and that one is actually the longest to get to. So we were fully expecting to break trail, but we lucked out that someone had broken it. So I don't know what the group ahead of us are doing, but if they end up going to Kucharanga too, then we'll have some pretty good trail conditions. We just want to make sure that we get there before the snow comes, because I think it's supposed to be about 10 centimeters that's going to come down. It's not a whole lot, but enough that will certainly slow travel. Just at a junction here, and we're just trying to figure out which way to go, because there's tracks obviously leading that way as well as this way. So we're just trying to figure out if this is... So that is a road. Oh, actually, that's where we are, right there, right? The blue dot?
Yeah. I think we just walked up the road, right?
Yeah.
So.
So I think we're getting our first glimpse of the Santanoni peak right there. And just going along there's a brook down this way. And we're just going along the side of it. We'll probably cross over at some point and make our way up the peak. Today's a little bit of a slog for me and for Joy and even for Ben. Ben and I are both having some back issues, so it's a little bit of a pain, and Joy's just not feeling it today, so she's struggling. Sometimes that's what happens. Yeah, look at that view. So we're just well, I don't think this is a turnoff. This is just a view to a brook, and we are hot. I'm sweating. Everyone's sweating. Let's take a look at view here. Look at that. We also stopped for a quick break and reassessed Joy's condition as she was having a rough go. Kudos to her for deciding to continue on.
At least Joy's staying dry.
So we just arrived at the Santa Express, which is another way up to the Santanoni Peak. Apparently it's supposed to be faster, but it's gnarlier. And here's the main trail right here. And I think as a group we decided to stick to the main trail and go up and go down, especially because this trail being a little more gnarly will probably be more technical, and because Joy's really struggling today. I'm not doing that great. My back is hurting and I'm not going super fast. But today you're feeling good, right?
So far.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And Grant's really feeling good. Yeah. So got 2 laggards and 2 guys that are keeners. So for now. Well, I thought my back was going to get better. Usually once I get going and warm up, my back just soften up, but it's not really softening up. So yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle, but hey, we all have our bad days, so just gotta plug right through it. Oh, you got view of some peaks over there. Come on, Benny. Under. Come on. There you go. So you can see the Santanoni Peak. We mistaken it, but it's way up there.
First one or the second one.
Yeah. But it looks like we just got to the junction. Panther one way. Oh, so this is what they call Times Square. No?
Times Square's up there. The trail to Times Square.
Oh. Okay. So Bradley Pond trailhead, which we did, and then the something
Lead to
duck hole. All right.
Oh, duck hole. There were signs for duck hole from the last last trip. It would maybe at some point downloaded like automatically by opening the app and leaving it there.
I think it still says download map on my screen, but maybe.
Huh.
I don't know.
We're just at the lean-to, sorry, the junction to the lean-to. And we got a little ways to go still to Times Square. Times Square is a junction where it leads to the 3 peaks. So I think what we're going to do is,
Somehow. I don't know how, but
I think we're going to do Panther first and the Cucamonga. Cucamonga is the furthest one. And then I come back and do Santanoni last. Just the worry that if we have to orphan a peak, meaning that we don't do all three, we'd rather leave one that's closer so that if we have to come back, we don't have to go all the way to the end, which would be Kucharanga. So we want to make sure that we do that today. Panther, which is a short one, and then of course Santanoni at the end.
I don't know.
You know, we're just stopping to have a little bit of a break,
So we're not leaving
getting some
water
food.
here, are we? Or
We've
you
come
wanna
just
leave
over
one
7
water?
kilometers and get some more water and calories before we head back out again.
You know, not doing so hot and
On the way to Times Square. Somebody was lying down here with a Z-mat.
Couldn't catch my breath, couldn't lift my feet. I feel a lot better.
That's awesome.
Probably also helps that you all took.
So we're doing some switchback, getting it to some steeper terrain. You can see there's a pond over there and the ridge behind it. So starting to make some elevation here as we make our way over to Times Square. Might be time to put our heel lifts on. Gonna get under this tree. Yeah, it was a little tricky there.
Sometimes I have to crawl up these.
Yeah, whatever works. Yeah, I had to use a tree because my snowshoe kept sliding back. There you go. It's getting steep.
big climb.
So we got these nice heel lifts on the snowshoes, and it'll help to make the inclines a lot more, well, make it easier, just because it'll keep our feet from being at such a acute angle. It's getting pretty steep here. It's also getting pretty windy. We heard that it's gonna get pretty breezy at the top, so at this point we're okay, but eventually we're gonna have to wear our shells. But for now, we're gonna tackle these steep sections. Kick in your crampons on your snowshoes.
Trying,
Yeah.
but I can't. Seem to...
Step.
I don't think my legs can. Oh yeah, they can.
Good, nice view.
What are you doing? I'm camera shy.
It's okay. Nice. Oh, it's one big step. Now it's downhill. Everyone's filming everybody. What a drop, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Two ways. There's the grant way or the jump way.
I can't do the jump on my back.
I suggest the grand way.
Which is what?
Over there. I came this way.
I came up, went over there.
I call bullshit. All right.
So when
Beautiful here. You can see cliffs with ice all the way up to the top. We're walking along the base of these cliffs. I know what you're thinking.
Oh yeah.
You want to knock that one down, don't you?
Oh, I want to climb. I want to climb it well. No camping sign. You got to be more than 500 feet from the summit in terms of elevation.
You're gonna go head over heels on our own snowshoes.
Oh, really?
I kind of cross. And as the day goes on, I'll do that more. But
There's a huge peak in the distance over there. We think it might be Marcy. Not sure. You can see it all the way through the trees right there. So we're almost getting to Times Square. It's a little bit of a slog. I'm just struggling. My back is still hurting and my legs are just not there. It just it's burning. Let's just say, even though I trained for this, it's just not my day today, and I'm just I'm struggling. I guess we all have our days, and it's just the reality of it. The last trip on the Seward, I felt great. I felt like I could just keep going, but this one I'm just barely making it. Anyhow, I'm still gonna plug away, but yeah, it's not the same experience as it was on the Seward. But once we get to one peak, I'm sure I'll get a little rush of adrenaline. It should probably help.
well, actually, I don't. But this is good.
What an incredible view, eh?
Oh yeah.
Deep there.
Pardon?
We went around. Grant tried to go up this way and slipped and this is an interesting fork tree. It's like a perfect spot to sit. There wasn't any snow in there. We must be very close to Times Square, but that's what we thought before. And should be coming up soon, but man, it's just up and up and up, and I'm feeling it today. Yeah, tiring. It's getting windy.
I didn't say that earlier.
So we just had a junction. There's a trail splits here. We think this is Times Square. Not totally sure, but one goes that way, and we know Panther's really close by, so we have a feeling this is it. But it could be further on this way. I'm not sure. But we're getting dressed up. I'm gonna run up to Panther. But the wind's really starting to howl now, so everyone's getting their shells on and getting their warm clothes on. So we'll run up and hopefully get our, well, no, hopefully we'll get the first peak of the day. So there's Santanoni.
And Kuga. maybe that.
Yeah,
Looks close though. For
that might be Kucharanga right there. That one right there. Because there's no other peak behind that. So that would be it. Look at the weather. System coming in. Alright, let's get this first peak. The wind's howling. We just got Panther Peak. Nice. Woo!
1 down, 2 to go.
Okay, first peak of the day, guys. Panther. Woo!
Woo! It doesn't look that far, but
I know.
But they say 2 hours 45 minutes.
I guess it goes down the valley
Yeah.
and goes up. Even this looked far from when I first saw it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah. Okay. So we're leaving Panther Peak. We're making our way back down. It's really windy up here, so thankfully we got some of the windbreak from these trees, but
Nice and
soft.
snow.
Oh, windswept.
Mile there.
I think we do it.
1.5 miles to Kucharanga.
Where's
So we're trying to make a decision here because we know it gets get dark around 4:45. We know snow's coming, and Santanoni is more bald and exposed to the wind. And in the dark with the snow, it might be hard to find our way there.
Yeah, 0.9.
Whereas Kucharanga is down below, it's in the tree line,
And that's the express.
and we're afforded a lot more protection, and it's easy to follow. So we're trying to decide whether to go up and get Santanoni done and go and do Kucharanga. Because our original plan was to get Kucharanga done, come back, and of course do Santanoni. Consensus?
Yep.
The general is on the edge.
The logic is good. I choose the logic.
Thank you. I do think at times. The scary is as scary as you. I can't even speak. Ah! However, during this time, another climber came by from Kucharanga and told us we'd be fine and should just go with the original plan. So our decision was made. Yeah, we're not orphaning. So after talking to a few people, we realized that getting to Kuch is actually not going to take that long. So in the end, we decided to go back to original plan. So we're going to go to Kuch first, and based on the time estimates, of the people that we talked to, it looks like it's not going to be that long. It's going to be at least about an hour and a half, and then a similar time back. So okay. Yeah, so we should be able to get to Santanoni, go up to the top, just sliding down this hill in daylight, which that's what we want. And then they said they advised us to go down the Santanoni Express because it's all beaten down. So it looks like it'll be pretty good, considering we thought this was going to be a long trek to the Kuch. Okay, so the other thing that we changed up is that we're only taking 2 packs with just emergency stuff and some water and some rations. Joy and I, like, my back is just killing me, enjoy. Even though she's a lot better, we're both slow today, and so Ben and Ben and Grant are taking the packs with emergency stuff, so it'll help us to move a lot faster. So we're hoping to get to Cooch and back in a pretty good time. So thankful that those guys are stepping in and to helping us out. I think that's kind of sometimes what you have to do when you're feeling good. You gotta help those guys that aren't, and yeah, that's how it works. A little tight here with all the trees, but you can see Cooch right over there, and it's all the way down, so it's pretty much all downhill. And in fact, it actually takes more time coming up rather than going down. But you can see the conditions are pretty wicked out here, so probably not gonna get a view. We're not gonna probably stay very long, but we're gonna go.
Want some help?
Snow, tons of snow on our way out.